is profile separation. Profile separation. From the beginning of the forehead, starting straight as one line, until the end of the neck, E of the occipital region E, straight line to the end. We say profile separation. Creating our first profile distinction. After creating a profile separation too, the distinction of the crow. Crown separation is also one. From ear to ear, head to the end start and end to the endo. The distinction we create. We call it crown separation. Crown separation. To separate our guinea comb. Guinea start from here. Get. Starting from the starting point of the back. From the point it touches. As you can see, I'm starting to distinguish from this point from the exact peak point. This is already at the point where the crown separation occurs automatically. Forming these distinctions the basic distinctions of hair. We divide the hair into 4 main sections. When you make these distinctions one on your next haircut, our model is the same. Perfectly. You can cut. 2. Our model is E. It will be to determine the hair length. We will separate our guide from the first nape part here. Our model's head while cutting her first hair. Very little forward. We want to give bird. From the enzyme part, I created one horizontal line. And now here we will create the guide of our hair. Our guide is important to us. Guide means the starting point of the hair. And continue after creating this cutoff point. The hair point we will. You can also specify shorter if you want. Longer if you want. As your own preference. You can determine the length yourself with your customer. We are here our model is fuller. For your hair to be. I will determine one shortness according to him. And we will continue in that short. Just like that. E your hair. E reverse exits here. Here in 3 parts. Reverse exits on the neck. E based E if you cut. It would be much better for you. When you cut here. Then E and E when you blow dry or. So when you comb the hair. Lines here E your hair. In shaping. Provides great influence. These. It will be much better if you cut it with your eyes. I also took these exits into account. I will check and cut accordingly. Here E while cutting. Using my comb as a ruler. And I cut it at an angle of 0 degrees. First I'll finger this comb 6. Sharp horse cutting technique we call one. I will apply with technique. This angle is 0 degrees. Yeah Berta yeah. You can also cut between fingers. But if you want to cut 0 degrees without any angle. So too. You definitely need to apply comb 6 hair cutting technique. Even when you cut it with a finger. You give one angle. Straight cut here. You think you did it, but even your finger. Light has 1 millimeter, 1 angle. You need to consider this too. Of course in wavy hair, according to the structure of the hair 100/100ths. We can't comb 6 haircuts. That's why you know straighter hair. Comb 6 according to the direction of exit of the hair. Combing. Here I cut according to the natural fall of the hair. Here using my comb like a ruler. I'm starting to conclude. I created a guide for myself from the middle part here. As you can see this guide. The left and right sides are the same. I will cut at the same level. My error rate is 0 here too. Because I use my comb like a ruler. Yes too. I'm going to the stage. I'm creating one horizontal distinction in guinea. What a thick distinction here. How thin you can cut one way. Without making mistakes. When you progress gradually. Hair is uniformly distributed. Either scissors nor scissors on the hair. Your rate of making mistakes is very low. Now we are giving an angle to the hair in the second level. Friends, here with my finger, I'll give you a 45-degree angle here. Horizontal 45-degree. I cut by creating an angle. To create this angle, Telugu, I scan by holding it from the bottom and, according to our guide here, we see our guide cut at the bottom. As you can see, and I touch my little finger now.
Rate is 0 here too.
Is 45 degrees. It's an angle, friends. Space here. I look from here I see my guide, and our guide. A beginning of the beginning. I cut it this size after seeing it. Here's a little bit of the nape of the hairy. We are doing a folding process. This is ear hair is more stingy fuller, and and this. an expression we call bomb. To create it, a technical friend we applied, combing the hair at its own angle, looking down with my finger. I'm worth it after seeing this angle. I cut with sharp horse cutting technique. Here you are progressing gradually. I cut one from the right section. Now I will cut from the left sectio. Same way. I see my sword as you see from the bottom again, and I'm looking from the neck. I'm cutting, because we made an angle cut here. We'll check again later, guys. After cutting, there may be slight lengths on the right and left. Repeat it. Use it as a ruler with a comb and a guide. I'm cutting. Now we are entering our third distinction, guinea horizontal. We make a distinctio. We will create one vertical distinction from the middle part a guide. I always start from the middle part, friends, haircut, because this is my guide. We distribute our guide evenly. And here we are, because we are progressing gradually. Our rate of making mistakes is very low. My finger a guide. I touch it from the bottom and cut 45 holes horizontally. After creating, with sharp horse cutting technique, I'm cutting. I'm scanning. Here I see my guide from the bottom of it. Guide is very important, guys. You see with the guide here, I see the hair point I passed before like. My guide from here, I see my guide at the bottom. And your hair according to this guide. Scanning by direction of fall. I see my sword and I continue with the cut. I will do this in the same way on the right side. Head of our model. Thought after setting. Always while cutting hair here. With our model, we need to be on the same plane. We need to look in the same directio. I'm scanning. I see my guide from the bottom here. As you can see, this is also while cutting hair. If you get as much hair as your finger again, your rate of making mistakes will be very low. I'm scanning after seeing my guide, and I see my guide here from that Virgo point, and after seeing our guide below, again at an angle of 45 TL, I'm cutting. Now friends 3, after cutting our territory, we have passed the occipital regio. Here E, after opening the ledge, we have come to the top. In the E section here, we will add a little more volume to the hair. And E, we will apply a folding process. Here E, your hair. Both busy and E. To give a more beautiful one look, we also change our angle. Here we are applying horizontal 45 whole angles. When we get to this top, we will continue our haircut with vertical 45 whole angles. We give the head of our model forward light. Here we create one vertical distinctio. From the neck again, after creating our separatio, we take guide. According to this guide one, we will create a haircut. Yes, friends, as you can see, at the bottom of our previous cut, to the occipital area, we applied horizontal 45-degree angles. Now after moving to the occipital area, we continue our cutting with vertical 45-degree angles. Here is our guide E to the exit direction of the hair. While scanning here, hair my comb. E I place it at the bottom and, without playing it the way I placed it, I comb and here we see the direction of the hair coming out. After scanning this, after seeing our guide, creating a straight 45-degree angle, we continue our cut. As you can see here, I created a 45-degree angle, OT too many floors above, and lighter below one, E-arc formed. As you can see here, one light texture, so from the inside out one, we have done the folding process. Here E, we will cut the hair slice by slice with the technique of slicing. First slice, second slice, 3 as slice, even for in my tongue. We will cut it on my tongue. I'm touching my comb. Here I see the stone point I cut before one. As you see my guide, we always follow our guide. And from the inside out, with the sharpening cutting technique, that is, with the straight scissors free, we continue our cut here, 90 degrees towards the exit direction of the hair one. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. When I quit because I cut it, lightweight. We create one haircut with curved and textured. One slice from the hair point we passed before. We take parts. He is our guide. Al for the front to be slightly long. Guinea this piece. A little further back, not according to the direction of hair exit. I will cut by scanning correctly. The previous guide. Compatible. I see my guide here. I'm catching a 45 TL angle. And I continue to cut. I'm scanning the same way a guy. 45 degrees by diagonal, one distinction from the bottom. I cut the right side now. I will go to the left side. Same way a guy. This is now so 5 minutes 10:10. It's a 15-minute job, but let's cut it off by telling. Huh? Ha. Thank you. Writing yes. A guy. One, I get it from the hair point one cut before. As the second. I touch my comb on the skin of the hair and comb. I scan, and after seeing my guide at the bottom, I see a 45-degree angle. Here is the previous hair point, as you can see here. This is our guide, our starting point. This is our end point. As you can see, this hair on this line, we combine in the same way. Thanks from below. Now the process of folding this vertex. We applied the texture. Now on the side. This diagonal by creating one distinctio. And slightly cross so diagonal one view. Cross to get one view. To achieve one hair design that grows forward. We go to the side. From this starting point, I create a diagonal one downwards. So I create a cross one distinction downwards. Horizontal a guy. Like the head of our model. Back and to the side. We give. Out here. Important factor. Hair. That's right ear. To come behind. Separating. Part from the bottom part.
That's
from
right
the top
ear.
one way. Why am I doing this here? Friends, the ear bulge here. When I cut it properly one way. If I cut this ear bulge directly from the top like this. What would happen when I blow dry or when our customer uses it? One trapezoid will appear here. Could be. Because you have to adjust this angle accordingly. First from the back. Combing according to the direction of hair fall. We will determine our line. That is, we will determine our guide. Here's our coma guy. From a starting point here, we adjust according to the end point. This is how we tilt the head of our model to the side. Because when we give the angle here, we can work comfortably.
O ne? Nereden aldın bunu?
Bunu koymuşlar, almışlar dökeni.
Ama açık mıydı ağzı?
Ha, bir şey olmaz ki.
Yes, as you can see here, light one downwards. Cross one angle formed, guys. The angle here is a 45-degree angle to the guinea. Creating this angle. And so from the starting point here, by the end point, we will continue here. We use our comb like a ruler. And you get one view that stretches slightly forward here.
Ha, pardon.
We will do the same on the right guy.
Burada dik oturmuyor ya.
As you can see from the bottom of the hair, I lift up. I'm scanning down. A cross separation from the starting point here. I cut the hair at an angle of 45 degrees.
Mesela başı açık gezmek öyle krallık ki evladım. Erkekleri kadınlar zannettirsin. Ayrılmak istediğinden emin misin?
I comb the hair according to the fall of the hair. I'm scanning down.
Ayrılmayacağım ya. Alsın şunu ya. Bozma alacak. Al götür at. Beğenmedim.
İyi atlas, uzaylı teknolojisi diye bir iddia atmak yerine sonuna bir mi takısı ekleyip teknolojisi mi şeklinde onu soruya çevirirler. YouTube'da, sosyal medyada, işte gazetelerde, dergilerde filan böyle soru işaretiyle biten bir başlık görürseniz bilin ki çok büyük bir ihtimalle o başlığın cevabı hayır olacak. Yani cevabın evet olduğundan emin olsaydı bunu soru yerine kesin bir ifade olarak yazardı zaten. Buna bir isim bile veriliyor. Dur bakayım ne deniyordu ona? Betteridge'in başlık yasası deniyormuş. Ya bunun elbette istisnaları var. Ama yine de bakın Avi'nin başlığı da bir soru. Tamam, özellikle bilimde her şey sorularla, sorgulamayla başlar. İnsanları yanıltmadan böyle bir merak uyandırma çabası hiç de kötü bir şey değildir ama bunu bir YouTuber değil de Harvard'lı bir profesör yaparsa o zaman elbette konunun ciddiyeti de sorgulanmaya başlar. Zaten yazarımız makalede bunun bir düşünce deneyi olduğunu falan söylüyor. Yani o saldırıları önceden kestirip gardını alıyor ve bu muhtemelen bir doğal kuyruklu yıldızdır diyor ama ekliyor. Ya değilse? What if? Sorusu da çok güzeldir. Peki ya şöyle olsa ya böyle olsa şeklindeki sorular ve özellikle hikaye anlatıcılığında, dolayısıyla bilim kurgu edebiyatında çokça kullanılır ama söz konusu kişi bilim dünyasından biri olunca doğal olarak bilim topluluğunun tepkisi de çok sert olur. Nitekim Michigan State'ten Daryl Seligman 3E Atlas klasik kuyruklu yıldız aktivitesi gösteriyor dedi. Başka bilim insanları Chris Lintott ve onun meslektaşları bu makaledeki istatistiksel analizlerde yer alan hataları işaret etti. Videonun başında söylediğim gibi Webb ve diğer teleskoplar karbondioksit, su, karbon monoksit gibi bir takım şeyleri tespit etti. Bunlar tamamen doğal bir kuyruklu yıldızın imzası. Kaldı ki bu makalenin tarihine bakarsak nesnenin keşfinden sonra neredeyse 2 haftada alelacele hazırlandığını görüyoruz. Yani bir YouTuber olarak ben bile bilimsel türde bir videoyu hazırlarken daha fazla zamana ihtiyaç duyuyorum. Daha ihtiyatlı, temkinli olmaya çalışıyorum. Çünkü konuya ilişkin verilerin toplanması, gözlemin yapılması, analizlerin ortaya çıkması için belli bir sürenin geçmesi gerekiyor. Pişmesi gerekiyor konunun.
Let me show you why UE Germany is the one. Practice-oriented learning. Say goodbye to pure theory. UE's hands-on projects get you real-world ready from day one.
OT the same way.
Ready to be part of UE? Apply now.
We touch our comb of hair to the bottom of the hair here. E to make a flatter one cut. And to determine the direction of output. Here is the direction of the hair. Your hair is not up and down. From the point our comb touch. Clear comb to adjust the output direction. We touch down. And we scan upwards.
Peki
And in the
Avilo
process,
ne
after
yapmaya
this
çalışıyor?
SCA,
Yani tam olarak
we see our
bilmiyorum.
guide, as
Ben
you see.
niyetini
The
okuyamam
point
ama
we cut before.
yazdığı bu kitapları okudum.
90 degrees
Aslında
according to the
o
direction
kadar
of hair
da
output. 90
sansasyonel
degrees.
olmayan şeyler de var içinde.
45
Hani
degrees
modern
is
bir
cut.
Carl Sagan
Here is
olma
one
çabasını
angle of
satır
45
aralarında
degrees.
hissedebiliyoruz ama
Upwards.
en az bilim kadar kurgudan
I'm
da
cutting.
etkilendiği kesin. Bakın şimdi kitapların adına tekrar bir
I'm
bakalım.
touching my comb according to the
Extraterrestrial.
exit
Bu
direction.
kelimenin kısaltması E.T. Ardından
One
yazdığı
angle of 90
kitabın
degrees.
adı da zaten son dönemlerin en iyi bilim kurgu filmleriyle
after seeing our
aynı.
guide,
Yani bir yandan
45
gençlere
degrees
hayal
one.
kurdurtmak istiyor. Hatta buna
88
dair bir
forming
ifadesi
angle
de
of
var.
5-1.
Kitabının tam şurasında
I'm
işaretledim o
applying a
kısmını.
haircut.
Burada diyor ki, genç bilim insanlarına öğretmesi en zor derslerden biri şudur. Gerçeği aramak çoğu zaman fikir birliğini aramakla çelişebilir. Aslında gerçek ve uzlaşma asla birbirine karıştırılmamalıdır. Ne yazık ki bu gerçeği en iyi genelde alana yeni adım atan öğrenci anlar. Çünkü ondan sonra her geçen yıl hem meslektaşlarının baskısı hem de iş bulma kaygısı kişiyi güvenli oynamaya iter. Yani cesur olun diyor öğrencilerine. Bu çok güzel bir tavsiye. Kendisi de
According
aynı
to the
cesareti
direction
bu
of
cesur
hair,
hipotezleriyle
at an
ortaya
angle
atıyor
of
zaten.
45
Ama
degrees.
ileri sürdüğü kanıtlar her
We will get
seferinde
one
veriyle
view that
çürütülüyor.
stretches forward.
Bilim dünyasında sıkça kullanılan bir söz vardır.
Starting
Olağanüstü
from the top.
iddialar olağanüstü kanıt gerektirir. Ve diğer
I'm
meslektaşları
creating one
Avi'nin
vertical
gösterdiği
distinction
kanıtları
a
hiç
God.
de olağanüstü bulmuyor. Bilim böyle işliyor. Cesur hipotezler öneriliyor, sonra
Here, so I got the
kanıtlarla
first stage.
test
I'm
edilip
taking the
çürütülüyor.
second stage.
Bir yazı yazarsanız eğer diğer
I'm leaving a
meslektaşlarınız
section
konunun
here.
uzmanı olan, yıllarını bu işe
I
vermiş
take our
diğer
customers
kişiler
head upright.
çok doğal olarak
And
o
from
yazıya
here.
bakar, inceler. Yeterli bir ciddiyete
When I get my
sahipse
guide from
onu
the point I cut
hakemli bir
before.
dergide yayınlatırlar. Bu öyle bir makale
You
değil.
always
Hakemli bir
need to get the
dergide
guide guides.
yayınlanmadı. Ama Avi'nin tabii ki buna da bir cevabı var.
If
Onu
you
da
proceed according
hemen
to the
bu
guide,
kitabın bir sonraki
you never
sayfasında
make mistakes.
yazmış. Diyor ki olağanüstü iddialar olağanüstü kanıt gerektirir. Önermesinin neden zorunlu olması gerektiği bana pek de açık değil.
Touching
Kanıt
my
kanıttır
cone.
değil mi? Buna karşılık
And I
olağanüstü
stand
bir
upward.
muhafazakarlığın
I
bizi
create a
olağanüstü
90 degree
derecede
angle
cahil
according to the
bıraktığına
exit
inanıyorum.
direction.
Başka bir deyişle
And
bu
here,
alanın
after
daha
seeing
fazla
my cover,
aşırı temkinli
I'm creating a
dedektiflere
45 degree
ihtiyacı
angle, as you
yok.
can see. 90
Şimdi bir
degree to
anda hak vermek
45
istiyorum
degree.
kendisine. Çünkü aşırı temkinli yazılar, aşırı temkinli
And I get
videolar,
one
içerikler
piece
sıkıcı olabiliyor. Yine de bu
From the
bilim
point I
dünyasında ne
cut
kadar
down.
temkinli olunmalı sorusu
I give our
benim kafamı
customers
karıştırmaya
head
devam
backwards.
ediyor arkadaşlar. Aynı soruyu ben size de
scanning
yöneltmek
here.
istiyorum. Sizin bir
After
cevabınız
touching it
var mı
upwards.
merak ediyorum. Çünkü Avi hani neredeyse kendisini Galile'nin pozisyonuna
guide,
sokuyor gibi
and at a
geliyor bana.
45
Hatta zaten
degree
hangisinde
angle.
kurduğu
I
bir yer de var.
continue.
Ve karşısındaki o temkinli bilim topluluğunu da bir çeşit
Same
Engizisyon
getting after
mahkemesi
cutting
gibi göstermeye çalışıp biraz böyle kurban psikolojisine yatıyor gibi geliyor bana. Bu arada
Starting with
temkini
that joke
elden
over.
bıraktığında bakın şöyle
We
şeyler
make the
yazmış
distinction,
olduğunu da
guys.
görebiliyoruz. Bu
And
Interstellar
this
son
month's
kitabının
episode is the same.
9. bölümünün
Here
başlığı
three levels,
Nuh'un
1, 2,
gemisi.
3, here three
Ve burada diyor
levels.
ki kutsal
1 to
kitaptaki
3, so we will
hikayede
cut them all
150
into
metre
three sections.
uzunluğunda, 25 metre genişliğinde ve 15 metre yüksekliğinde bir gemiden, Nuh'un gemisinden söz edilir. Ve tesadüfe bakın ki bu
I'm
ölçüler
scanning here.
Oumuamua
Here per
tahmini
our customer,
boyutlarına
per our
oldukça
hand
benzer. Tabii bilim insanı olduğu için bir yandan da parantez
touch our
açmış.
tongue,
Herhangi
we
bir
come
anlamlı
upwards.
bağlantı kurulmasa da
And
diye
after seeing
yumuşatmaya
our
çalışmış
guide,
ifadeyi.
45.
Neyse devamında diyor ki
We create a
elbette
degree
eski
angle.
ahitteki bu
90
hikayenin bir
degree
masal
to
olduğunu
45
biliyoruz.
degree.
Ama Oumuamua bir masal değildi.
I cut the first
Sadece
stage and bought
onu
one
açık
piece
biçimde
here.
inceleyebilecek kapasitemiz
This
yoktu.
will be
Bu
my
yüzden de
guide.
doğasını, bileşimini asla tam olarak
And
öğrenemeyeceğiz.
I'm taking part
Yine
two.
de tıpkı masallar gibi ne olabileceğine dair ihtimaller bizi
scanning.
hala ilhamla doldurabilir. Evet, doğru
I
da
see my guide
yani
from
o
the
işi
beginning, and I cut
E.T.
it.
gibi, Interstellar gibi filmlere mi bıraksak acaba? Kendisinin de söylediği gibi Oumuamua'yı
And I
kaçırdık,
get
gitti,
one piece
inceleyemedik. Ama şimdi 3i Atlas hala Güneş sisteminde ve biz hala onu incelemeye devam ediyoruz. Nitekim bu ayın yani
created
Ekim
a 90 degree
2025'in
angle
başında
according
yeni
to the
veriler
output
gelmeye
of the
başladı.
hair.
Güneşe yaklaşırken Avrupa
And
Uzay
from here, I see
Ajansı'nın
my
Mars'ta
guide
bulunan iki
and
uzay
cut it.
aracı ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter ve Mars Express tarihi bir fırsat yakaladı. 3 Ekim'de 3i Atlas Mars'a sadece 30 milyon kilometre uzaklıktan geçti. 3. Bunda da mı bir anlam arayalım bilmiyorum ama bu hiçbir uzay aracının
Yes,
bir
from
yıldızlar
Gallileo.
arası nesneye bu kadar yaklaşmadığı bir andı. ExoMars
I'm
DJI'nin
creating a
kamerası 5
vertical
saniyelik
separation.
pozlamalar yaptı. 3i Atlas'ın çekirdeği ve onun etrafındaki komayı görüntüledi. Normalde bu kameralar Mars yüzeyini incelemek için tasarlanmıştı. Onun yüzeyini birkaç yüz kilometre mesafeden çekiyordu. Yani bu 30
I'm
milyon
touching
kilometre
here.
uzaktaki bir kuyruklu yıldızı
I'm
görebilmesi muazzam bir başarı. Mars Express de
You
bunu
see,
denedi ama pozlama süresi çok
I saw
kısaydı.
my
O
guideline,
göremedi
and in
maalesef.
accordance with
Bu
my
arada
guide,
spektrometreler de ışık toplamaya çalıştı.
I'm cutting.
Belki de kimyasal kompozisyonunu ölçebilecekler bu sayede
I'm
ve bu
buying
veriler
one
de
piece
şu
here.
anda analiz ediliyor. Ve şimdi belki de en şaşırtıcı gerçeğe gelelim. 3i Atlas'ın muhtemelen bizden çok daha
Allahu
yaşlı
Ekber,
olduğu
Allahu
bulundu.
Ekber.
Düşük performanslı reklamlara gereğinden fazla mı bütçe harcıyorsunuz? Bütçenizi hangi
I'm
kampanya
touching, I'm scanning upwards.
Michigan Üniversitesi'nden Esther Taylor ve Michigan
He's
State'den
not
Daryl
his head like
Seligman
that yet.
nesnenin galaktik hızını analiz ettiler
After
ve ne
adjusting the
buldular
shower
biliyor
posture
musunuz?
angle,
3i Atlas
I'm scanning
yaklaşık
upwards.
7 milyar yaşında olabilir.
As you can
Bir düşünün
see,
bizim
I
güneş
saw
sistemimiz
our
sadece
guide
4.6
and
milyar yaşında. Yani bu
I
kuyruklu
cut it
yıldız
appropriately
güneşimiz
at a
ve
45
dünyamız daha
degree
doğmadan 3 milyar yıl önce başka bir
I'm
yıldızın
buying one
etrafında
piece here
oluşmuş.
too.
O yıldız sisteminden bir şekilde fırlatılmış. Belki başka bir yıldızın yakın geçişiyle, belki başka tür gezegen etkileşimleriyle, onu bilemiyoruz ama sonra milyarlarca yıl boyunca galaktik bir karanlıkta yolculuk etmiş, kozmik ışınlara maruz kalmış, süpernova patlamalarına tanık olmuş.
As
Belki
the last
yıldız
stage,
doğum bölgelerinden geçmiş ve
again in
şimdi
this
bizim bu
lower
kadar
part, and
yakınımıza
what we call our
gelmiş.
sweeping
Yani sadece
technique.
bunlar bile bizi heyecanlandıramaz mı? Kanıtlar
comb your
tersini
hair in
göstermesine
accordance with the
rağmen
natural
illa
direction of
onu
fall.
uzaylı teknolojisine bağlamaya çalışarak
The head of
mı
our
ilham
model.
verici olmalıyız?
I give it
Evet, bu
sideways.
olasılık beni de çok heyecanlandırıyor. Ama bilimle bilim kurgunun ayrımını kafasında tam olarak yapamayanlar var. Bunlar komplo teorilerine çok yatkın bir kafa yapısına sahip ve evet, böyle bir kafa yapısının olduğu da bulundu. Ve onlar için bu riskli bir durumu ortaya çıkarıyor. Risk demişken bu nesnenin dünyaya çarpma olasılığı falan olmadığını da yeri gelmişken hatırlatayım. Peki onu biz görebilecek miyiz? Çıplak gözle görmek zor. Küçük bir amatör teleskop işinizi kolaylaştırabilir. 30 Ekim 2025'te perihelyonda, yani Güneş'e en yakın noktada olacak demiştim. 1.35 astronomik birim uzaklıkta. Biz o sırada araya Güneş girdiği için onu zaten göremeyeceğiz. Ama Kasım 2025'te tekrar gözlenebilir hale gelecek ve Kasım-Aralık civarında Dünya'ya en yakın noktaya ulaşacak. İşte o zaman ışık kirliliğinden uzak bir nokta eğer bulabilirsiniz, oraya gidip gözlemlenebilir. Pratik olarak neler yapılabileceğini, güncel konum ve parlaklık için efemeris bilgilerini falan o zaman gelince tekrar duyururum. Aboneliklerinizi ve hatırlatıcılarınızı kontrol edin. Peki sonra ne olacak? Sonra sonsuza dek uzaklaşacak arkadaşlar. Mart 2026'da Jüpiter'in yanından geçecek, Güneş sistemimizden çıkacak ve bir daha asla geri dönmeyecek. Yani bu bizim onu inceleyebilmek için son şansımız. Ama evren hakkında daha yeni pek çok şey keşfetmeye devam ediyoruz. Önümüzdeki yıllarda daha önce sözünü ettiğim ve her gece gökyüzünü hani tümüyle tarayacak olan yeni Vera Rubin gözlemevi,
we will apply it on the right side. I comb the hair according to its natural direction. We created the distinction here. The head of our customer's model. I'm setting. Taking into account the ear bulge over there. You can do it like this. If you want, you can cut it when you cut it like this. When you cut between fingers, make sure the ledge here. You have to take it into account that we cut it by touching it. Let's stop like this. I'm going to have a fight. It's over. Yes, friends, our model is like this, you see. Like the back. Layered curved forward extending. One hair desic. Bob haircut, our bob haircut design that stretches forward.
Straight haircut for you today, asterisk, and light layered. Hair design, how to do it. I will explain it in detail. 1. First, we create a profile separation. Profile separation from the beginning of the forehead to the neck, asterisk E. Straight horizontal is one distinction, asterisk straight. One distinction up to this nape point, from the peak after that separation, E. We make a triangular distinction, as you can see, asterisk our comb, E, triangle. Yes, we put it from the beginning of the forehead and your back triangle 1 from the point it touches E. I'm creating a purchase modifier. Distinction, here eyes. Now this distinction, I will apply it for the folding process on the front of the hair, too. The front section I'm collecting here, and we will determine the length of the hair in the rest, asterisk, here. We divide the hair into two main sections, asterisk, as you can see here, asterisk. I show my point and create a horizontal separation from the back. This will be the basic distinction of our E. Haircut friends are here, so we will form the basis of the hair E. We will determine the length of the higher here. We created a horizontal distinction. We divided the hair into sections with two meanings. That is, three meanings, asterisk, 2 on the back. 1 on the front, after creating the separation, yes, we are starting our haircut here, we will determine the length of the hair, asterisk, I will create one E distinction from the middle part E, vertical E, I will create one distinction and start my haircut from there. Asterisk, I just start in the middle. Asterisk. As you can see, I created a vertical distinction here, will be our guide in accordance with this guide from the hair length. I have determined asterisk, so I will cut the other parts the same way, yes, here as you can see. Our haircut in the middle, after creating the right and left, are the same. Asterisk, I determine the same size straight. One way we do it by combing, backwards cutting, and seeing my guide E. I'm moving here, the guide is always for us. Progressive asterisk, it will prevent us from cutting the hair, crooked asterisk E. We progressed gradually, 1 asterisk E, operation. Guide always follow the guide, in the guide more useful for us. One system will be so, if you go according to the guide. You will useful one, there will be a haircut asterisk 2. Discuss yes asterisk 2 after creating horizontal separation asterisk, starting from the middle part. 1 the hair point we cut before will be our guide, asterisk, continuing with the same guide, we determine the hair length here. We saw our guide at the bottom asterisk with our comb, and between fingers asterisk with sharp horse cutting technique. That is, with straight scissor stroke, we get one flat image. I cut the middle part here, asterisk, as you can see from the middle my cut guide I equate with the pieces I bought from the left side asterisk here is a straight. One cut by combing the hair backwards. I'm creating then asterisk after cutting the left side. The right side is also asterisk, I cut it straight. One way, I'm scanning backwards now. In the middle part asterisk, I continue with the guide we have created, asterisk, backwards. Again, in the same way, I had also separated the third level and combing the hair backwards asterisk 1 with the hair guide I cut before asterisk did I cut it by continuing in the same way. I continue after this process. We cut the hair length asterisk. So we created our foundation. Clean it. After creating our foundation, we will start with hair folding asterisk here. Her hair is divided into slices. Slices now separating as slices, we will start our folding process. Yes, we start this process after creating the foundation. So after you remember the length of your hair one, more without shortening the hair, how to fold we will show asterisk as you can see here. I'm starting from the middle part of the guinea, asterisk, and as you can see from the bottom asterisk 1 I created. One vertical piece and comb the hair, according to the direction of hair exit no. After scanning upwards, asterisk, you see the shortest point at the bottom asterisk, he is. Our guide, in accordance with this guide, I'm creating a folding process, asterisk. I'm combing the hair towards the exit direction. This is our best asterisk. We have a long point, the guide of the hair, that is the length of the hair. Without cutting that length, I cut the other long sections and equalize them together. Asterisk downstairs. One same way as a guide. I'm scanning upwards at a 90-degree angle towards the exit direction of the hair and seeing the cover on the bottom. I cut by applying point cutting technique asterisk, as you can see. I cut 2 first steps, then I bought one piece again from the next episode asterisk, and your hair is growing. And I cut it in accordance with its structure and comb the hair asterisk. I see the level at the bottom and I continue my cutting in this lower part seeing your hair length slice. My hair, I'm applying a folding process, always one asterisk. I'm one hairless from the previous part. Friends, combing the hair asterisk. I see it at the bottom and one. I cut it, first seeing the hair point and the sword. I took hair. I cut it, then equalize it with the guide at the bottom. Yes, as you can see at the bottom, I saw the guide, so the guide asterisk after. Seeing hair length, I combed the hair upwards, and I cut it in accordance with the hair length, as you can see. I saw your hair length, I saw the guide, and I cut it with the dot cutting technique. When we cut with point cutting technique, hair, flyworms. In triangle form, asterisk sections are formed, which provides one more natural transition to the hair this way now. I comb the hair, as you can see, after seeing our hair on the bottom asterisk. I'm cutting to the point cutting technique here. As you can see in zigzag form, asterisk, I cut and sections are formed. Cut. When I cut it with technique, this is more of your layers in the haircut asterisk. In one way intertwined divides, one more homogeneous distribution. Yes, as you can see at the bottom, with the point cutting technique, after seeing the guide neck at the bottomy now, I cut it by syncing with other sections. Here we created the folding section in haircut asterisk now. The section for folding the front parts of the hair asterisk, I will create the part that I have separated from the middle part of the hair asterisk. As you can see, I'm creating one horizontal distinction again, and one from the hair point. I cut before I'm getting a guide, and in the same way as this guide guinea scanning upwards. Then I combine the guide and we continue my folding process. Asterisk, we see our guide, as you see, and I cut with the dot cutting technique, VE asterisk 1. I create a guinea diagonal 1 distinction in the next section of first. I'm getting a guide from the hair point I cut. And as you can see here, triangle 1 form appears guinea burden, asterisk. I'm scanning upwards again, and after seeing our cover we continue the cutting process, asterisk, and again in the same way. After cutting the left side in the same way on the right side, I create a diagonal 1 distinction, and I scan upwards. I see my guide, and I keep cutting asterisk after cutting this front part, scanning upwards 1 check balance, and now I apply asterisk. Is the hair length on the top equal to each other? Now all over again, combing all the hair upwards. Hair length. Is there a mistake in the hair spots we cut? I'm checking VE asterisk. I apply the point cutting technique here both straight. 1. Cut, created, both folding process, and after the folding process occurs, asterisk, I'll make movement asterisk. I will do this folding process again, and now in which direction our model has divided, determine, an asterisk I will create one folding operation according to the fall. Here, I determine the peak of the hair, and from here I'm creating a triangle. One form here is the hair point at the end of the eyebrow. I determine our buying motivations here. One distinction we form in triangle, form VE, end of eyebrows, asterisk, from the point where the comb touches. So we form triangle 1. Here I cut the rest of the hair back, and here I then combing the 3 parts of the hair by combing the upward line, asterisk, and I cut, and when I scan backwards 3, we give movement to light hair in parts, as you can see. You can use both straight moving one hair design if you want to get a haircut like this, fold and straight haircut. If you want to design asterisk by reaching me from my social media addresses, my social media addresses available in the description section of my video. By reaching my hall from here, you can get haircut service, asterisk. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Friends, I will be with you with new videos, asterisk, are straight, lightweight, layered haircut design with you, as you can see, like my video and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to be. I wish you a good day. Take care of yourself, asterisk. See you soon.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with a new video. To you today, how to do blunt haircut. I will explain it in detail. First, we make profile separation. Profile separation your neck from the beginning of your forehead. We applied until the end. We call the straight line profile separation. If the second E distinction, E, crown separation from one ear to the other. We also apply this distinction. When we apply this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. We make a straight distinction from the back again. After separating the 4 main sections, hair gradually starting from the neck, with sharp horse cutting technique. Her hair here, creating sharp lines. Create a straight cut and get a blunt look. Here with the comb 6 hair cutting technique. As you can see, comb with 6 hair cutting technique. We apply a straight cut E. Burden. We determine the length of the hair in the first level we cut. This size affects the whole course of your hair. And so this is our guide. By following this guide, we'll cut all the hair the same size. HH. If you want to watch my other videos too, my channel, I have many category videos in the videos section. Guinea comb after cutting his neck. With hair cutting technique. As you can see, using my comb as a ruler, and following the previous haircut height, I continue cutting on the same plane, and cut in the same way as the second stage. I'm so sorry I went to this 3rd level. Guinea sweat left with hair cutting technique, using my comb as a ruler, using the spot where I cut my previous hair, and I continue my haircut. I continue my cutting by creating a straight line. Here, I use my comb in light color. Our hair color is dark E. Comb haircut comb use is also very important. E if you use a comb according to the color of the hair. Very comfortable in the cut E. You watch on the road. I recommend this to you as a footnote. As you can see, the hair point I cut before. Again using our comb as a ruler, we continue our haircut. Gradually separating the hair. Creating horizontal separations. And sharp horse cutting technique with straight scissor stroke, using our comb as a ruler. We will get a blunt look. We use our comb like a ruler. And we continue our cutting. The hair color of the cut comb you used here. We stated that it should be compatible. If the hair is dark here, a light comb. If the hair is light, you can choose a dark comb. While cutting, make sure your scissors are specific. Certain scissors make clearer cuts and helps you cut hair without shredding. This is too when you cut your customer. So when the next month comes, it will tell you that your hair grows healthier. As you can see, the backstage is completely. We cut it with the first size we cut. Now we go to the left side. We will cut the sides. Here is to 2-stage chestnut hair. Here is the head of our customer first, adjusting the stance distance. And here, combing hair. As you can see, from the hair point we cut before, taking our guide. We continue our haircut from here. VE. From the first hair point we cut, following our guide, on our side. I keep cutting. After cutting the left side, the right side is also. We cut 2 stages. Our budget hair, E. I'm adjusting the stopping distance of the head of our budget, and as you can see, following our guide. We continue our cut, here by taking the space in your ear and touching it with scissors. This is also very important. We continue our cut after receiving. Here at the bottom, after checking our guide, I keep cutting our hair point. To the front of the hair, after cutting the basic length of the hair. We will earn some reed, hereby creating distinctions from the line of the forehead and eyebrows. So E, by creating a separation of purchase motif. I'm creating a triangular E distinction here. My eyebrows here, E from the starting and point of your eyebrows, E. Starting from 1. And our customer's E cutting section. Standing on the diagonal. I separate and We continue our cut. I'm applying 45-degree angles here. And the first hair point I cut as a guide. I keep cutting, providing a nice pass in front. Here cartoon bang curtain bangs. To get a look we call. We made our distinction and we continue our cutting process. After cutting the first part, I moved to the second part. Here is our comb. I'm measuring the hair point I cut before. And the same. I cut in inches. And gradually again at 45-degree angles. I continue to cut. As you can see, we got a blunt look. All hair length with moving fronts is the same size. A Kurdish hair design. If you want to get a haircut like this, coming to my hall, by appointment, you can get the same style haircut service from me. You can get a haircut. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you. Hello friends. How to make a bob haircut that stretches forward to you today. I will tell you in detail. First show the long hair of our model 1. I cut it down. I take this long density straight and create distinctions of our model. I will create a profile distinction as the first distinction profile separation from the beginning of my forehead. Straight 1, you have separated to the end of the neck. Separation profile separation. We say friends, after creating this distinction, the second distinction is also crown separation, also 1 by ear. In the separate distinction, we have separated until the other ear. While separating this coronation, we put our comb from the beginning of the guinea forehead and the point where your back touches. We create the distinction. Here is an easy one discrimination technique. You can also apply this. Crown separation and my profile to divide the hair into 4 main sections. Is the technique we have applied. Very comfortable in this technique one way. You can cut the hair into pieces. After creating this distinction from the nape part, to form the basis of hair 1, we create horizontal separation. This will be our guide, so your hair is short. We will determine your height. Here from the nape part by creating 1 horizontal distinction, starting from the middle part of the hair 1. I create vertical separation. Part of the hair we will cut. Finger sharp horse cutting technique. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. After cutting I align the left side section in the same way. Then I align the section on the right in the same way. Here's the back part. Straight 1 sharp line cutting technique. I applied the cutting process. I determined the length of the hair here, and the next layer of 1 guinea horizontal 1. I separate by creating a distinction. After creating this distinction, the guinea, from the middle part. I create one vertical separation starting from 1. The hair size we cut before. After seeing it from the bottom by aligning, I cut it and the bottom is the same. I cut it straight one way. Here after forming the basis of the hair. Your hair.
Şu da komik. Bir
Folding
tane bebek var
process
ya,
to
aslında
other parts.
gidecek böyle uluyor. İzledin mi onu?
I will apply in the next section 1.
Bak onu da atayım sana. Çok komik. Baksa.
I will create your angles.
Bak izle şimdi. Uhu yapıyor. Yapıyor.
Yes, friends. Here, I separate it from forward again.
Vay diyorsun.
Forward, our customers head forward 1E. From the bottom after applying.
Gerçekten yapıyorum
E1
ben.
I determine it with the hair dye I cut before and cutting process. I'm applying it here. I'm determining the length of the hair. Clear one way. After cutting the same size. E, then creating a distinction again. I will apply the folding process. I determined the length of the hair here. And light on hair. E, I will gain texture. Now I'm going to split it in half again. And nape guinea 1. E this time by creating one horizontal distinction. Hair E vertical 45-degree angles. E, it gives texture to the back of the hair. The first technique we cut is to determine the length of the hair. I determined the length of the hair here. And now, as you can see, applying one angle of vertical 45 degrees, I will cut your hair first from the hair point I cut. E here, according to the exit direction of 90 hair. 130.730 degree 1 angle. I'm lifting your hair up. I cut it, then I will create one vertical distinction. Here I see the hair spot I cut before. I'm cutting now. I'm creating one vertical distinction here. And E 45 degree 1 from the hair point I cut, creating an angle. Hair cutting continues. As you can see, I determined the hair and point. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. Here, we will create a slight bump on the back of the hair. So we will provide one light transition with folding process. I cut the left side. Now the right side is the same, forming 45 degree vertical, 145 degree angle. I cut the hair gradually by separating it one way. And one in the next section. In the same way with a vertical 45 degree angle by seeing the hair point we cut before. Same way. I create the angle after a 45 degree angle. Point cutting technique. E I cut with cutting technique.
Aşkım keşke şeyi getirseydik, baklavayı yardım etti. Baklavam orada kaldı.
I created a horizontal angle of 145 degrees here. I see the hair from the hair point I cut before. Here with the point cutting technique. I'm cutting then. At an angle of 45 degrees. I continue my cutting process again.
Köpek var yerde sürünüyor. Komutan diyor ki, sürün, sürün. Biliyor musun onu?
Your guinea hair on the top one, seeing the hair point I cut before, at an angle of 45 degrees, with point cutting technique. With the point cutting technique, I continue my cutting process. I went to the left side of the hair. On the left side of the hair, Igini, I created one horizontal separation and suitable for hair length on the nape, with a slight 45-degree angle on the sides, ears in the front of your hair, short forward from the neck one, to get the image. Forward at a 45-degree angle. I continue my cutting process. And the second stage E at the top of the hair, with hair length, that is, at an angle of 45 holes, by giving texture. I continue the cutting process, guys. Hair length at the peak here, based on. I continue the cutting process. Okay. After cutting the left side, the right side is the same. Front of the neck to get a long one look. Point the hair forward as a guide, with finger grip at an angle of 45 degrees. I continue the hair cutting process. We get one view that stretches from the neck to the front. After passing the second stage, diagonal, I made one distinction, and peak hair length as a guide. I continue the hair cutting process with 45 kinds of angles. I apply point cutting technique from here. As you can see, point cutting technique. Here, I comb the hair backwards, and your hair. I make it get one long view towards the front. Now dividing the hair from the peak into two main sections. I will continue the cutting process. I separated the hair in the middle, right and left. I separated one part from the peak. Her hair is 90 degrees. I lifted it up with one angle and form a 45-degree angle from the end. I continued with the haircut. Then hair, the second part, in the same way. I lifted it at a 90-degree angle toward the exit direction, upwards. And as a cut, I created a 45-degree angle, 90-45, so 90 degrees. I lift it at a right angle. I cut the tip at a 45-degree angle. As you can see here, the front of the hair is long, back short and curved one way. Story one way. I gave the appearance. Doing my last count checks. Here is our customer's head. We bend slightly, and I check with a comb. Then I scan backwards. In the nape part, by checking with hair length, I continue to cut. Left side. After applying the right side in the same way. Scanning backwards. With the short in the nape part. Long section in the front. forming a 45-degree angle by balancing. I continue to cut. As you can see, the front was long. Backs are shorter and curved one way. Layered, textured, gaining one-y look. I continue to cut. Right and breadth. I'm checking. Ahum, here our haircut is over. By forming one rivety bangs on the front of the hair. We will get a short one look on the front of the hair, and we will finish our transaction.
No, oh no.
Here, your hair is from eyebrow level. Distinction triangle 1 by creating a distinction eye reception. By creating the motif, I will make one distinction from the front of the hair, creating one straight bangs. I will make it get one beautiful look. Burden. Calculating the E-gap of the nose while cutting the bangs. Again with the point cutting technique, that is, with the point cutting technique. I'm starting the haircut. And the hair slightly upwards. I gain one light bomb by scanning the side. If you want to watch my next videos too, in the videos section of my channel, you can also watch many kinds of incisions videos. So haircut coloring, ombre balayage, perm bun design. I have many categories of videos from there too. You can watch my other videos, my channels, if you want to be aware of new videos. You don't forget to activate the notification bell from my new videos. You activate the notification bell to be notified, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would be very pleased if you like my video. One next if you like my video. Many people will have watched my video too. Many people will have watched this video thanks to you. Your likes are very important, and if you subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our audience will grow more. I wanted to show you the latest version. As you can see, the back is long towards the front. Our bob haircut design occurred. If you want to get a haircut like this, by reaching me on social media and coming to my hall, you can get haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you with one new video. Take good care of yourself. See you.
To you today, straight haircut, curtain bangs hair design. How to do this I will explain in detail. We first divide the hair of our model into 4 main sections. First main part, profile separation, scratch profile distinction, straight separation from the middle of 2 eyebrows to the neck. We say profile separation, later crown separation from one ear to the other ear. So to the fixed line, from one ear and the other ear. We call the line we have separated as much as the crown separation. Here 4, Two horizontal from the back after separating the main section. We make a distinction in starting from the middle part of the hair. First, we will create a guide, and this will be the length of the hair, this size straight with the same system comb. First in A, I set the point from the middle point to the back. And creating a clear cut. I'm determining the length of your hair and a horizontal separation of the second guinea after cutting the first section. We have cut before by creating. I cut the length of the hair the same way by following the guide. In this technique, completely flat on the back, hair design. We are creating, after determining the length of the hair here, the front parts of the hair, we will apply a folding process to add movement. Here is the third main part, upstairs. I go upstairs in 3 main sections in a step-by-step way. In this third part, the guinea is the same. Following the hair point we had cut before, I continue my cutting process. As you can see, piece by piece my finger in slices, taking hair in a way. I continue to cut straight. By liking my video and subscribing to my channel, you can be informed of my new videos. Benefit from haircuts and other hairdressing services. Description of my video by reaching me from the social media addresses and by appointment. Come to my salon and cut hair and other hairdressing services. You can get from the sides after cutting the back part. Start first from the left side, then from the left side. I'm equating it with the guide on the back, friends. We create a straight cut. After cutting the back straight, I set the sides the same way. And curtain cardamom on the front. I divide the hair in half to create the design. And from the end of my eyebrow, with my comb, it's on the front by measuring. I make a triangular distinction. This triangle distinction, it is a distinction we call the purchase motif. After creating this separation, starting from a right to a left, following your cheekbones, I continue the cutting process with 45-degree angles. Here I will cut the first left side. I go to the right side of my customer and my tongue is my tongue. With 45-degree angles, aligning the cheekbones, in the front, I'm creating the curtain cardamom design. As you can see after the cut, I comb the hair completely and comb it forward and that your hair is cut evenly on both sides. After seeing behind the ear by measuring diagonal front vertex and towards a diagonal back, creating a cross separation from the right side of the hair. Starting, I apply the folding process. Here, my customer. I'm going to cut the right side, so I'm going to the left side. And I make a distinction to the other heart towards the back, here in 3 pieces, towards the front of the hair, because I can't fold the front parts of the hair. I scan and scan from the front. From the hair point I have determined, I cut the hair. Here we cut your hair as the first size. Here by taking the size Alai as an example, that is as a size guide. From the longest point of the hair, I'm scanning forward as you can see. After scanning, you see the hair point at the bottom. I guide that length and cut it. Here for combing the hair forward, The length of the back hair is not shortened, and there is no shortening on the sides. Because the longest point of the hair on the sides, I'm folding by taking a sign. Here is the structure of the hair, the length of the hair, E. Also, because I got the guide to length, folding process is a light folding process. And your hair doesn't get shorter. Here I scan my scan forward again. Second piece. So here's because I cut the hair in half, scanning the right part and the left part in the same way, cutting in the same technique. And this cut. After doing it, I thin the ends of the hair a little with file scissors, softening the ends of the hair. Here, because we usually cut it according to EE angles. Also a clear cut, sharp horse cutting technique because we cut straight scissors blow. Maybe hard looking at the ends. So we split the hair into the guinea piecemeal with a feel scissors and pictus technique. I ensure their transitions. As you can see, we provide smoother transitions to the ends. This is the hard look of the tip of the hair. By equalizing, it helps you get a better image. If you want to have a curtain bangs haircut design, from my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me, coming to my hall, you can get haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. As you can see, the front is moving, the back is straight. We are with you with an E hair design.
Hello to you today, haircut with cardamom. How to design, I will explain it in detail. E. Hair separation. E. We will create the sides. First E. First profile distinction. Profile separation from the beginning of the forehead to the neck straight. Separation to dot asterisk, the distinction is EEE. Crown separation asterisk, crown separation from ear to ear. One from ear to ear, as the straight distinction we have divided. We create the second distinction. After creating these divisions asterisk, we divide our hair into 4 main sections. That is, into 4 parts. Asterisk, after dividing it into 4 pieces. Your hair from behind your hair to determine the length of the hair to form the basis asterisk A. Horizontal distinction we create and determine the length of the hair. We have determined the length of the first stage, hair level here, to sharpening cutting technique. That is, with a straight scissor stroke, 2 and E, we tilt our customer's head very little forward and the length of your hair. We determine the first stage here. We show our customer what size we will cut after deciding asterisk E straight scissors from the end of the hair start, the cutting process. This will be our guide. We will proceed in accordance with this guide asterisk, yes, EEE. I'm scanning backwards asterisk and EEE from the hair point I cut starting from the right to the left. I'm moving with straight scissor blows too after cutting the first stage. I divide it into stages. I create 1 horizontal distinction in guinea asterisk. I'm creating horizontal separations because it will be 1 straight cut. Friends, EE, if there was a layered cut, I would create a vertical separation, E. And even if it was an angle of 45 degrees, EEE asterisk, I would have to create diagonal divisions asterisk, yes, because I made a straight cut asterisk E. Create 1 horizontal distinction and 1 I see the hair point I cut before. So after seeing my guide asterisk, I cut the back part, gradually E-scanning backwards in 3 pieces asterisk and yes, to the guide we cut before, following as appropriate. I continue my cutting process. Straight scissor blow here. I cut it with what we call a sharp line cutting technique asterisk. Straight scissors with 1 technique. I'm cutting with a blow here. E. I'm Cutting, yes, my comb is light white. I'm using a comb dark hair asterisk I. Use light colored combs on hair, here is mine too, so it's easier when cutting hair asterisk E. It allows me to trade here by the way E when cutting. Your scissors must be, it needs to be sharp 1 asterisk when you cut hair with scissors. Without breaking the ends of the hair, you can create clear cuts, and by breaking when the hair grows, asterisk, not necessarily. Lengthen E, and in periods of 6 months, asterisk, don't. Forget to wrist your scissors, don't forget to sharpen sharp. Scissors are always healthier, asterisk, 1 haircutand. Your client's hair grows healthier. This will return you positively. See you soon. Yes, after cutting the hair, hair guinea profile distinction backwards. From the face that started my forehead, 1 asterisk, I'm creating a profile distinction asterisk, so. I divided the hair into 2 main sections, asterisk, here is the curtain on the front of the hair asterisk. We will create a cardamom design and starting from the backwards vertex I. Make 1 distinction, diagonal to the back. I separate the front part, that is, according to the ear level, that is, both crown separation, asterisk suitable, but your crown separation, asterisk, EI, separated. As diagonal cross separation, asterisk, and after creating this separation from the eyebrow, level asterisk, purchase, motive separation in the front part. Of the eye, I will create this purchase motive separation starting from the end of the eyebrow asterisk from the peak to form a triangular shape asterisk. From the front part of 1 distinction, so as to have a triangle view, we separate, yes. The chakra is diagonal with a distinction. We will create a triangle view with distinction is the distinction we call the buying motif, asterisk here. The hair is in the curtain and bangs, usually in the middle, asterisk E, separation from the beginning of the forehead. That is, the nose we distinguish from the middle starting from the line, and after making the distinction, asterisk E, your cheekbones starting from the point of decline, to the front I apply folding process with 45-degree angles. I pass to the left side of my customer while cutting the right side asterisk from the left side. Because the angle will be more comfortable asterisk, I applied. Cutting with diagonal divisions, now I went to my customers, right, but this time I cut the left side asterisk, 45-degree. Diagonal 1 on the left side, asterisk E, by creating a distinction and scanning direction E. From right to left, 1 applying scanning direction, I. Created the curtain, cardamom design, yes hereafter, creating the haircut as you can see from the peak. I scan upwards, and from the inside out, E. Your hair, E like this. E. I'm checking if there is a wrong part 1, so now asterisk E back. Diagonal the E point where we are separated, the right and left sides are the same. Now asterisk E after cutting the part of my front rivet E, anal. Motif so yes guinea my client's right side asterisk. I went to the left side to cut it and E. I'm doing the folding job here by creating 1 scanning angle from right to left E. The shortest point of hair E. Your best point. After seeing your hair asterisk, I do the cutting process after seeing your short hair. As you can see here, I comb the hair at a certain angle, and after seeing the length of the hair, we see our sheath, and I even cut my hair suitable for that cover asterisk here. On the right I cut it straight, or it's suitable for the length of the hair. I cut the way so your hair, the most behind asterisk. I cut the starting point like that, as a guide asterisk now. As you can see, my customer guinea, back to front, asterisk back. Hair asterisk, I've separated. The hat somehow her hair was also front, so I divided the hair in half, or there were 2 sections left. EE part 1, now E from back to front, I'm scanning an E from the point in front after scanning the bottom section, so E, the hair spot. I cut on the right E, I combine it with the hair point, so I'm scanning forward, and at the point of the hair, I cut it to fit the longest section. Asterisk, so what we call the temple point E part, at the level of your ear section length, in the hair part E. Hair point asterisk, as a guide. That is, hair length as a guide asterisk. I'm cutting it now, here again, EEEI. Cut the left side, now you see the right side. I'm scanning for creating a diagonal distinction, asterisk. I've created one distinction until the neck. I also scan this distinction forward, E. And EEEI, cut it, on the left side, asterisk, E take. One sword from the point, and check it on that sword. So equate each other, EEE, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk, and I cut the hair I combed to the front, asterisk. Here when I comb the hair forward, asterisk, without losing the EEE length on the back of the hair on the front of the hair, EEE. Because we created a certain shortness, asterisk, did we create the folding section. That short front sides, EEE, asterisk for cutting point section from hair when we comb backwards both. Automatically folded asterisk, and your hair is not shorter than your height, so here, according to the shortness in the front length of the hair one. EEE, we create a haircut asterisk, we comb the hair from the neck to the front, and a certain 1 point asterisk E, we cut it to this, is for us, EEE. Asterisk, creating one activation. Operation, the front sides are short, as we scan forward back sides are long. One view EEE, here in bob, cut 2, in the bob cut stretching forward, as we did asterisk, what were we doing? They don't have a front to be long asterisk E. We were combing from front to back here, for the back of the hair to be long from back to front asterisk E. Create a fixed design, so constant short, so we identified these points asterisk when we make appropriate cuts to those points behind EEE. It doesn't get shorter, and we have applied the folding process asterisk because we comb the hair right for ourselves and E upwards to a certain point. EEE, we are cutting, border, yes asterisk E, after cutting. Now with file scissors, E by dividing it into sections. E I apply, thinning the ends of the hair with file scissors. I also apply the net scissors with the E piquettes technique. From the ends of the hair, E and light. Textural one, EEE, thinning, asterisk, this. Makes the hair look softer asterisk. Yes, you are also curtain bangs, asterisk layered haircut, and other layered haircut designs. Bob haircut, pixie haircut, short layered haircut designs. If you want to get service, EEEEE, in the V, asterisk asterisk, ED, O, my channel, EEE, asterisk, yes. In the description section, asterisk E, I have social media addresses, by reaching my hall from there, so you can get service from me also in the description part of my video E. I will have social media addresses reaching me from their haircutting service. By coming to my salon asterisk, you can get hairdressing, service moving floor, as you can see, EEE. The back of the curtain is long asterisk E. A folded hair design, without losing its form, we made the front folded E. Curtain bangs hair design, asterisk, like my video, and subscribe to my channel, asterisk, don't forget, I wish you a good day, see you.
Hello everyone, graduation for you today. How to make a bob haircut that grows forward. I will explain it in detail. First I create profile separation. Profile separation, middle of two eyebrows. The straight separation we have divided up to the neck, we say profile separation. Then E crown separation as the second distinction. Crown separation, E from one ear to the other ear. Guinea, E, the section we have divided as a straight line. We call crown separation. After making this distinction, We divide the hair into 4 main sections. Here, every crown is in the separation, From the separation point we call hat separation. I make a distinction, and as you can see the back, guinea, in 2 pieces. Profile separation. I made a distinction from the point of the neck. Here we will create the foundation of the hair. Also to cut the foundation. At the bottom I left a piece straight. This will be the size. As you can see from this nape part, with a straight sharp weft technique, so
Toprak çok ses yapıyor ne oğlum?
using our comb like a straight ruler. I continue my cutting process. Here, I started from the nape part of the hair to make a straight cut. As you can see after cutting, I created a straight ad cut. And when it comes forward, it's a little light. Other sky, it's a little 45 degrees for it to stretch forward. I applied angle. Short neck stretching forward. Using our comb as a ruler, down at an angle of 45 degrees. I left the front parts of the hair long. The back is shorter. Here's on the back. I used it as a ruler again and created a straight line. So I applied a straight cut. This was the first stage. Now I'm cutting the second stage. As you can see here, on the back, I divided 2 parts from these 2 parts. One more piece at the point I reserved. I created a horizontal distinction after creating the separation. The first hair point I cut on the back. As a guide towards myself. Horizontal at an angle of 45 degrees. As you can see here, my finger, by forming an angle of 45 degrees, horizontally towards myself. I pulled it, and then it's horizontal. I made the cut at an angle of 45 degrees.
Here then cross.
At an angle of 45 degrees. I make the hair look long forward. I'm doing it gradually as a right and a left. First I cut the right, then I cut the left. Now I cut the left side. As you can see, I cut the bottom by creating an angle of 45 degrees. I see my guide, and at an angle of 45 degrees, scanning backwards. The reason I scan backwards, if you cut backwards at a fixed point, when you leave it forward, the front of the hair becomes long, and here I cut using an angle of 45 degrees, from short to long. Form. There will be a long haircut towards the front with folded back parts. So the back is curved and moving front longer, and we will have a nice image. I'm scanning myself right here, and the hair I cut before, after seeing your hair point, I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. I'm scanning backwards here, as you can see. Their front is long because I'm scanning backwards. I'm moving to the third stage, to the peak. When I reach the peak, I create a vertical separation. And after creating vertical separation, I comb the hair out again and from the inside out again at an angle of 45 degrees. I'm cutting tar. Then I create a new slice separation. And from the point I cut before, I see the girl long point, and I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees to the front. Scanning backwards to guinea, and cut at 45 degrees angle. After cutting the right side guinea, I go to the left side guinea. At the peak, I see our hair point, our guide, and down at 45 degree angles, I cut it curved and folded. Here her hair is fixed backwards, so I cut by combing backwards. When you comb backwards, the hair is longer to the front and it gets a nice look without being short. Here are the front parts of the hair, the long back parts, short and folded, to get the look. I apply it to a work hill. When I come to the point again at an angle of 45 degrees, I'm cutting. This hair point, we cut in the back. Point as a guide. I apply the point I cut in the middle. Then, I separate the middle guinea. I separate the separation point of the hair and the peak according to the point of fall of the hair, short part in the nape part. I'm getting a guide and forward. It will look longer at an angle of 45 degrees. Guinea to create a design that extends from the neck to the front. Comb ruler, using it as a downward angle of 45 degrees. I cut it later. E to check the point I cut. Guinea at 45 degree angles. I create diagonal divisions, and so I scan backwards by creating cross divisions. I keep making sure. Left side. After cutting, I do the right side the same way. As you can see, the neck is short and long towards the front. I cut the neck short to create a design. To be longer towards the front T. Using my comb as a ruler, let's make it long forward. As you can see here, my comb is light in color. Hair color, E light, because it is dark. Well, it's more advantageous to use a comb. We see the hair more clearly. E, here is the color of your comb. I want to emphasize that it is important. Light comb on dark hair. If you use dark combs on light hair, it will be more advantageous for you. With forward diagonal separations, I keep cutting at 45 degree angles. If you want to get a haircut like this, there are social media addresses in the description section of my service video. By reaching my salon from here. You can get hairdressing service. I apply softening after cutting our hairstyle. Here, I will apply thinning to the ends of the hair with a feel scissors. And this will make the hair a better transition. Again, with gradual separations. Only the hair ends of the effect scissors I apply it to the end parts. I apply softening process without thinning too much. Here, not from the bottom of the hair, but to the ends of the hair. Your application will be more advantageous. The transitions on the ends of the hair are more beautiful. It will be healthy and will not thin the hair too much. But from the bottom, E, if you use a feel scissors, the hair will swell. Swell and E shape will help you take shape hard. So I want to tell you, so if you do it on the ends of the hair, you can get better results. Gradually E upwards. I continue here on the hill. Hey, auger technique to guinea nibs. I apply a thinning process. Here you like my video and my channel. It is very important that you subscribe to my channel. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel here, I would be very pleased. Notification bell. If you open one of my new videos, you will be informed. Make the transitions of the hair softer by thinning. We provide. This makes it a better image. Here with graduation front stretching bob haircut. So we can also say the very old Victoria Beckham model. Front long back short design. As you can see the front. Long back short and folded design. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you in the next video. Take good care of yourself.
Hello everyone, asterisk. Today, you curtain hair layered haircut. How to design haircut I will tell you in detail how to do it. I divide the hair into basic distinctions. I Make a profile distinction first. Profile distinction eyebrow starting from the middle. Of the eyebrow asterisk, the straight separation we have separated towards the neck asterisk profile. Separation crown separation as the second distinction after him crown separation. One wish from ear to ear is reserved to the other ear, clear distinction asterisk we call crown. Separation here after the coronation we divide the hair into 4 main sections asterisk. After dividing the 4 mothers into sections asterisk, creating horizontal separations from the neck asterisk, now haircut, we will start our process friends asterisk I. We'll cut the foundation of the hair after creating the horizontal separation asterisk. So I will create a straight one cut asterisk I cut. The length of the hair starting from the back asterisk after cutting the first stage. This is our guide. Asterisk after creating the guide, so the basic 2 after cutting the first stage of separation. As a difference, I cut the second stage. Asterisk asterisk, I cut the first stage and second stage 1. I equate it with the hair length I cut before asterisk by following our guide. Our progress in hair EE. Cutting it helps asterisk. Here we cut the technique pivot point technique asterisk. Pivot point TECHNIQ UEEE creating our design. As you can see on the back asterisk with straight scissor stroke. That is, with the sharpening cutting technique. After creating, I pass the back to the left side EE ear neck asterisk. I equate it with the hair length. I cut on the back and I get 1 guide. So guide means 1 asterisk, 1 piece of hair from the hair point we cut first EEE. So applying the rest of the piece, following our guide here, asterisk neat. Haircut EEE. We can do the process now. I'm going to the right side in the same way. Asterisk I. Make 1 distinction horizontal and right left side asterisk before we guide from the hair. Point I cut after receiving unequal to the same. Height, this is our basic. We have hair length asterisk without shortening the hair in any way. After cutting this length E, this time we will apply a folding process here on the right in accordance with a guide. I'm equalizing hair length. I applied 1 completely straight cut here asterisk. So, blunt, long, blunt 1 appearance now. Curtain the front of the hair. I will make a hair application here. Right ear down from the back of the ear I. Made 1 right diagonal. Distinction E I cut. After separating the front frame part 1, separated the right side. Now I'm separating the left side too. The left side is the same. From the peak, E behind the ear by creating a sky distinction. I said give up after that. Now the right side, past the left side of my customer while cutting asterisk and the starting point. Of the cheekbones angle, like 45 degrees, we start our haircut asterisk after. Cutting the front part, this is our guide. In accordance with this guide. Scanning angle from right to left and E with the first hair point. I cut asterisk, I cut it at 45 degree angles by equalizing. I'm scanning as you can see here. I see my guide and cut it asterisk. This is again because I cut it at 1 fixed point starting from the right and scanning forward. A certain point of the front parts is short from the guide. It's stretching forward. So the other long parts are also long some way to guinea asterisk asterisk. I cut the left side. Now the left side, when I cut it, I go to the right asterisk border. Yes, stance is important E. And which of our customers? I'll cut your side in the opposite direction. E when I stand. At 1 angle at the angle there asterisk, I'm applying 1 EE cut more comfortably asterisk. Now, I see my guide as you see asterisk again. At an angle of 45 degrees asterisk, I continue my cutting process, and after cutting the first stage, I equate the other levels according to them, and asterisk I. Continue my cutting process here asterisk. My folding process after seeing and cutting the spar completed on the front. Now I will fold the back parts asterisk here. In the front asterisk asterisk, I applied my animation curtain bangs. Design now with back cross separations. I'm separating V combing. Forward asterisk, asterisk to my guide at the hair point. I cut appropriately equating with the front part asterisk. As you can see, I equate it with the hair length on the front. Asterisk, not the shortest part, but the longest part. Asterisk, I continue to process cutting by processing. I'm scanning guinea forward here from the front for scanning and cutting it forward asterisk because I cut it appropriately. For the flowers in the front asterisk, both the back is long and the back is not. Shortened folding process is applied so light folding. I'm applying both a folding process. By processing with the sections on the front, we give movement and volume to the hair because our customer's hair structure is thin because it is volume need asterisk by. Applying a folding process because you hear asterisk I continue to process here to the front E because I scan the right and left. Parts of the front it's operated. I will continue. My back folding later, hue guinea is the same on the right after cutting the left side. Keep cutting with technique asterisk I cut it to the front and scan it to the longest section in front, equalizing the longest paint asterisk. I see my guide as you see and the cutting process and I continue. You also have this kind of one layer. Haircut curtain cardamom design. If you want to do me social media addresses in the description. Part of my video available by reaching my hall from here haircut asterisk coloring and other hairdressing services you can get service. As you can see now after cutting asterisk star. Technique with slicing technique asterisk in vertical slices EEEI. Apply hair folding process as you can see upwards asterisk. At the ends of the hair forming a 90-degree angle asterisk. I'm applying a folding process. I'm scanning upwards and in the front asterisk E. I'm getting my guide. I set it as a guide on the front. I equate one hair length with that hair length asterisk this time. Just to the front, we applied a folding process. Now we are folding. The back parts. The reason why we apply slices like this hair asterisk too. The hair structure of our customer's model in accordance with the head structure, so we determine one point. We determine the guide. This guide for the whole hair we distribute it with star. Technique, so you can call it orange slice hair. After applying this process asterisk, completely scans upward small one by check balancing. That is, by checking asterisk, we will finish. Our transaction I'm scanning, and here it's small here. Again asterisk in our upward scanning and folding process, usually point cutting technique or point. Cutting technique asterisk, we apply it. As you can see, moving wavy asterisk our curtain cardamom layered haircut design after the blow dry. I'm showing you guys asterisk. I hope you are satisfied you too. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel, I would be very pleased to see you soon.
How to do a medium blunt haircut for you today. I will explain in detail. I'm creating the first profile separation in your hair. From the middle part, starting up to the nape part. The straight separation we have separated, we say profile separation. Then I create a crown separation. Crown separation from one ear to one straight with the other ear. We say crown separation, friends. After creating this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Then starting a haircut. One straight that I have separated from the nape part to the oxygen area. There is one horizontal distinction. I make this distinction and cut the length of the hair. The size I will cut here is our guide. And the basic length of the hair. 2 after friends cut this length. using our comb as a ruler. One of our previous hair length as a guide. I cut the back part of the same size. The basic size we cut in this size. Aligning all levels, creating horizontal separation. We continue your haircut. Here properly comb our comb. I comb the hair according to the natural direction of fall of the hair. Sharp horse cutting technique. Using our comb as a ruler, specific one, by guiding the hair point we cut before. Straight our hair 1, we cut on line. After cutting the back, the left and right sides are the same. We will equal the hair length we cut on the back. If you want to get a haircut like this, social media in the description part of the video, my addresses will be available. By reaching my hall from there, you can get haircut service and other hairdressing services. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. By appointment, you can come to my salon and get a haircut service. Here, after cutting the back part of our hair length, I come to the left side of the hair and the other part I reserved. In 2 levels. The hair size we cut on the back as a guide. The left side is also flat 1. I cut it into a line and straight 1 view to sharp line cutting technique. To get, I apply 1 straight cut. After cutting this section in 2 stages, after cutting the left side section, I go to the right side. I'm cutting this place in 2 stages. Stage 1, cutting helps the hair to disperse more homogeneously. And it helps the hair to get a better 1 look. Here again, between fingers. Applying straight and sharp line cutting technique. With straight scissor strokes. 1, I cut the previous point as a guide. Front of the hair. I separated it from the eyebrow levels to accelerate the tissue. In the front, from the eyebrow level with our comb from the eye point of 2 eyebrows E.
Tarağımızla
By creating a purchase motif.
oluşturarak
Front of the hair.
kısmına
I give texture and to get a folded 1 look.
bir görünüm elde etmesi için
With 45-degree angles, I'm applying a haircut.
uyguluyorum.
With these 45-degree angles, I apply folding process to the front parts of the hair and helps it look more mobile.
Yardımcı oluyor.
This is 100 lines of hair, 100 lines.
Yüz hattının
Softening hard corners helps to get more oval 1 image.
görüntü elde etmesine yardımcı oluyor.
You are this style 1. If you want to get a haircut, in the description part of my video, you can reach me on my social media addresses. You can get a haircut service by going to my salon. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you.
Şimdi bu bir tane sana bir tane bana işte.
Yavrusu. Ben de sen gibi.
Yani. Bundan sonra uyuyalım anne.
Etti gece çok ağır gelecek ya.
Hello, friends. Bob Haircut Design that stands out for you today. I will explain in detail how to do this. We will divide the hair into 2 main sections. Our first distinction is profile separation. From the middle of 2 eyebrows to the neck. We call the distinction profile separation. After creating a profile separation, your hair is at shoulder level first. So I'm from the left. I created an E horizontal distinction. I cut my first chmond after creating the horizontal separation. Here E your neck E. And starting at the very beginning, mackerel, sharpening cutting technique, that is, with a straight I made a distinction, and E. Now, after cutting the left side, now I went to the right side. The right side is the same, with straight scissor stroke between fingers, and sharp line cutting technique, so straight E with its blows E. I'm creating a fixed design at the back. As you can see, the previous, following the hair point I cut. I'm creating burden, always the hair point we cut before. E as a guide. If you guide yourself, this too. E prevents you from making mistakes. As you can see here, E horizontal, diagonal, by creating distinctions, that is, because it stretches forward, by creating forward diagonal divisions. So yes, I keep cutting. Now I have divided it into the third level. After 3 separations you see, like the hair point we cut before. E guinea scanning backwards is straight. So I'm creating a cut. So here's her hair. Scanning backwards. I cut it straight. And following this in the same way. I cut by combing backwards. E guinea straight form. I continue. Here is a longer view from the back to the short front. We get. Here E, the name of this design, is fixed. So we can also call it a line. So at a fixed point, cut the hair towards the back. It can be short or long. When you make such a cut, the front of the hair is longer. The backs will be shorter. S-O here. E forward, E bob. So we can say lop because it's a long bob. E we can also say lop cut. E, yes, here, under the neck. Neither too short nor too long design. As you can see backwards here. E with sharpening exact technique. Scissors. E straight E. Somehow, scanning backwards and between fingers. I scan. I create very clear and sharp lines. As you can see, I always follow my guide from behind. I mean, the hair point I cut before. I cut by following. Very clear. I'm going to give the hair a little texture here. From ear from the peak. I make a diagonal distinction to the back, so I'm creating a cross distinction to the back, here behind the ear. The right side of my client. I'm going to the left, because you front of the hair. I will create floors here. E as a shortness in the front part of the floor. Cheeky, by aligning your bones, that is, your cheekbones. E taking a guide, so the shortest. The section starts right from the most purposeful bones and down to 45-degree angles. I'm applying a folding process. You see here, guinea after cutting it at 45-degree angles. E hair scrolling technique. Starting from the shortest hair point. I'm sending a very light move, an E after E. The ends of the hair by applying the pictus technique, softening. Now I cut the right side, then I went to the left side. I'm going to cut the left side, but what am I doing? My customer's E hair later. I pass to your right, and after I pass to your right, my guide from the previous hair point I cut, taking guinea, with scrolling technique, from the shortest point, E point here, point cut. By applying the point cutting technique, I continue my folding process. After cutting here, form a triangle again from the top of the hair. I make a distinction, and I take a guide to myself from left and right. Here is the hair from the hair points I cut before. E after getting the guide. I sync according to that guide. So the hair. Here is Bob stretching forward. And we have created a layered design. Yes, here. E, you see, after creating a triangle separation from the peak point line, E, I'm adjusting your shortness. This will be my guide. And starting from the back, I separate the hair slice by slice and guide on this apex. As you can see by following there all over, I take a guide from a peak in each slice, and in accordance with this guide, applying point cutting technique, I'm synchronizing. That is, the length of the guide at the top. Somehow only one that tall. E, I'm scanning the point towards the front of the hair exit, and after seeing my sheath extension, applying point cutting technique, I continue the haircut, as you can see from both sides. After cutting the guinea from a peak, E, guinea the same way, and as I did in the front, E, I created a horizontal separation, a triangular form on the top, appeared, and I'm scanning this peak, and the hair point one cut before, so after determining the hair length, E same size point cutting technique, that is point, with cutting technique, E, I, cut, and. Then I continue to the back, by creating an E vertical separation again in the part of, and comb the hair in the direction of exit, and determining the hair from the shortest point on the peak, E and point, cutting technique, that is, with the point cutting technique. E. Now I continue my cutting. So let me give the hair texture here. I apply hair folding, neither too busy nor too little. After doing the folding process, E, then F-file, auger with scissors, starting from the front parts of the hair with the technique. I'm creating the auger, end parts of the hair. I apply a light thinning process. Here for a more homogeneous transition of hair, and to make the transitions more beautiful, language E piece by piece, auger E, I twist the hair by applying a hair technique. I compress the hair and the ends of the hair, with money scissors, that is, with F-file scissors. I apply a thinning process. Here the transitions of the hair are more beautiful, and our model hair allows you to use it more comfortably. As you can see, the front of the hair is long, and the back is short and moving. That is, in two E models of lop and layered E hair design. We created a mixed design. You also like my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will be with you with new videos. I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Hope to see you.
Hello friends, welcome to our channel. I'm with you with one new video. Gradient to you today, Bob haircut design. I will explain in detail how it is done. I first create our basic distinctions. First, a separate profile distinction. How do I create profile separation? To the beginning of the forehead, straight line in one stripes. To the distinction we have reserved until the end of the neck. We say profile separation. Crown separation in division 2. Crown separation is also 2 eyebrows, E 2 ears apart, 1. The distinction we have separated from ear to ear, we call crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. So profile separation and crown separation hair automatically 4. We separate the main part. We make this distinction first when creating a distinction, because we will form the basis of the Bob distinction. From the bottom of every distinction, I'm creating one horizontal distinction.
Ve turuncu renk için üretilmiş.
After creating the distinction on the right and left sides,
Öncelikle lensi içinden çıkan
As you
ıslak
can
ve
see
kuru
again,
bezle temizliyoruz.
here.
Ardından içinden çıkan stickerlarla tozlarını
clearly
alıyoruz.
state with
Bu şekilde
lines.
uygulama aparatıyla birlikte geliyor.
after
Ve
creating this
lenslerin üzerine
separation,
yerleştiriyorum. Şöyle biraz bastırıyorum. Ardından işlem tamam. Kaldırıyorum ve hazır. Lenslerimiz artık koruma altında. Tabii ki en
We will cut the
önemlilerden biri
basic
de
length of the
ekran
hair.
koruyucu. Banks markasına ait bir ürün. Hem darbelere hem de çizilmelere karşı dayanıklı.
in this distinction,
Ben bunu tek başıma nasıl takacağım
After
diyenler
cutting
için
hair length,
uygulama aparatıyla birlikte geliyor.
without
Ve yine kendi
creating any
içinden çıkan
mistakes,
ıslak ve kuru
is
bezle
your
ekranı
right
güzelce
side short?
temizliyoruz. Üstüne bir de
Is
kurutuyorum.
your left side
Ardından
long?
yine telefonun üstünde
like it
gördüğünüz
happened,
tozları
we
bu
eliminate the
stickerlarla
problems.
alabilirsiniz. Evet, uygulama aparatını telefona
First we determine
yerleştiriyoruz.
the length of
Zaten
the
cuk
hair.
diye oluyor. Ardından şu
Here is
altta
our
gördüğünüz
e-guide hair
dili
length.
çekiyorum. Ve havayı almak için de şu alt kısma bastırıyorum. Ardından şuradaki dili
from the
ayırıyorum.
middle part of the
Üsttekini
hair
de
from
aynı
the
şekilde
neck, so
ve
you
uygulama
want to see.
aparatını kaldırıyorum.
Creating
En
a
sonunda
distinction.
buradan
The first
çekiyorum
distinction
ve
is a
telefonumuz
distinction
hazır.
where
Ve
we will
üstünde
determine
bir
the
tane
length of
baloncuk
the
bile
hair.
kalmadı. Ve
As you can
kullanılan
see
camın
here.
kayganlık hissiyatı mükemmel.
Starting
Ve
from
son
the middle
olarak da
part,
kılıfımızı takalım.
will
Yalnızca
cut the
1
other
mm
parts to the
inceliğinde
same size.
22 gram ve
We
aramid
will start
fiber.
from the
Bu arada
nape
MagSafe
part,
uyumlu.
and when I come to the front parts,
Kılıf gerçekten kağıt gibi, incecik
Like one
ama çok
horizontal at an
dayanıklı.
angle
Şu
of
gördüğünüz
45
detayların
TL.
hepsi gerçek fiber örgü. Ve
Short to
MagSafe
forward
mıknatısı
1A.
da tam olarak burada. Evet, telefonu yerleştirelim. O kadar ince ki telefonda herhangi bir
will
kalınlaşma
continue our
hissiyatı yok
haircut
ve
with an
telefonumuz
angle.
yaptığımız tüm işlemlerden sonra zırhlandı. Bu arada ürünlere
you can
profilimdeki
see
linkten
here, with the sharp horse
ulaşabilirsiniz.
cutting
Bugün tam
technique,
132.000 TL'ye satılan iPhone
with
17
straight
Pro
scissor
Max'imi
stroke.
zırhlıyoruz. Ve elimde 3 tane
continue
yüksek
our
kalitede
haircut.
koruma ürünü var. Öncelikle bir bunun
after
lens
crossing to the
koruyucularıyla
left,
başlayalım.
we use our comb as a ruler. The hair point we cut before, aligning comb with 6
son
haircut
yılların
technique.
en trend modellerinden biri olan pixie
We cut
saç
straight one
kesimi
way.
ve kısa
If you
katlı
want
saç
here, you can
tasarımını
also cut it
anlatacağım.
straight in one
Pixie
way.
kesim yüz
If you want,
hatlarını ön
it's a
plana
little lighter
çıkaran
to make the front a
modern
little
ve
longer.
cesur bir modeldir.
Horizontal one
Katlı
distinction,
versiyonuyla
exhibiting a horizontal 1E grip.
bugün
One
sizlere
slightly
son
forward at a
yılların
slightly
en trend
45 degree
modellerinden
angle. We can get in view.
bugün sizlere
Do
son
you want the light front to be long here? Comb a little horizontally in one way. Then we can make it look longer one by holding. After cutting here, the left side is the same as the right side. Here to prevent the protrusion of the ear, so I scan it backwards, separating it from the middle part of the ear. Lightweight. And prevent the protrusion of the ear here. You know, your hair. To prevent it from being crooked. After separating, my comb is slightly forward again, a slightly curved shape. Holding it so I don't cut it straight, to provide a slightly forward-looking one. Light 1E monthly. With comb grip. Light forward. To provide one extending appearance. I hold it at that angle and I continue my cut here light. 3 comb with a slight 45 degree diagonal separation.
curtain bangs yani perde,
Diagonale
kahkül ve
ignite combe.
katlı saç kesimi yüz hatlarını dengeleyen ve saçlara
I cut
modern
after
bir
holding it the
dinamizm
same
katan
way.
özel bir tasarımdır.
And the front of the
Ortadan
light hair gets a
ayrılarak
longer
yanlara
one look.
curtain bangs yani perde, kahkül ve katlı saç
As you can
kesimi
see here.
yüz hatlarını dengeleyen ve
I
saçlara
create the
modern
second
bir
distinction
dinamizm katan
after
özel
cutting
bir
the basic
tasarımdır.
structure of the hair.
Ortadan ayrılarak
I'm creating
yanlara
a
doğru
horizontal
dağılan
separation again
kahküller
in the first,
yüze
second
zarif
stage.
bir çerçeve oluşturur
Here I am
ve
creating one
yanak
distinction from
hattını
the
daha
middle
ince,
again.
daha dengeli gösterir.
And after creating
Katlı
a
kesimle
distinction, I
birleştirildiğinde
will create a
saçlara
horizontal
hacim,
45
hareket
degree
ve
angle.
canlılık
I'm combing
kazandırır.
the hair here.
Özellikle düz
I'm
ya da
looking from the
ince
bottom,
telli saçlarda
seeing the hair point I cut
dolgunlaştırıcı
before.
etkisiyle daha
Then
enerjik ve
lifting
genç bir
slightly
görünüm
upwards
sağlar.
horizontally,
Bu
holding
özel
at
kesim
1E
hem
angle.
günlük kullanımda
I apply
kolaylık
cut.
sunar hem de
The
şık
use
bir
angle
stil
is kept
yaratır.
here.
Curtain bangs ile
Horizontal is
saçlarınıza
a 45
modern bir
degree
dokunuş
angle.
katabilir, yüzünüzü en doğal haliyle ön plana çıkarabilirsiniz. Curtain bangs yani
Again in the same
perde,
way, one.
kahkül ve
The next
katlı
section in
saç
the same
kesimi
way.
yüz hatlarını
Again with the
dengeleyen
sniper
ve
cutting
saçlara
technique.
modern bir dinamizm
I continue my haircut with straight scissors blow. The hair I cut as a guide in the
iPhone
middle.
17.
Neden iPhone 17?
Ya
The
bundan
left and
önceki
right sides
şeyi
are the
kırıldı
same.
arkası. O yüzden mecbur aldım. Yoksa almazdım. Hiçbir şey değişmedi çünkü.
Android telefon kullanır mısın?
Ya şöyle kullanırım ama çok optimizasyon sorunları var. Bir de şimdi evdeki bilgisayar da Mac benim. Çalıştığım bilgisayar Mac. Kulaklığım AirPods. Haliyle böyle her şey Apple olunca çok senkron oluyor. Yani o yüzden kullanmam ama bence bayağı iyi bir teknolojiye sahipler çoğu.
Hangi telefonu kullanıyorsun?
iPhone 17.
Neden iPhone 17?
Ya bundan önceki şeyi kırıldı arkası. O yüzden mecbur aldım. Yoksa
You too. My video. Like and express your thoughts in the comments. I want friends. If you like my video and if you also share your social media address,
herkese
we will
merhaba.
reach
Bu
many
videoyu
people.
sizlere Amerika Birleşik
The
Devletleri'nden
second
çekiyorum.
distinction.
Yaklaşık 20 gün
Give me
boyunca
this
burada
time.
olacağım. O
Give
nedenle
me
bu
horizontal
ortamda
45 degree angle. By following the hair point we passed before I continue our haircut. I cut the first and second steps at a horizontal 45 degree angle. In the videos section of my channel. Videos available in many categories. You can also watch these videos, guys. Haircut coloring. Keratin hair care. Ombre sombre. Blonde hair opening. Many services such as painting. You can find it in the videos section of my giant channel. And if you want to get a haircut service from me, my channel, 3 social media addresses are available in the description section. By reaching my hall from here, haircut service. And you can also get other hairdressing services. After cutting this length, our model wanted her neck to be a little shorter. That's why we're still the same, yee. Shortened in the section I told you by shortening now 3. We went to the section. Here, 3.
Herkese selam, ben Burak. Bugün sizlerle beraber Apple'ın amiral gemilerini iPhone 17 Pro Max ile 16 Pro Max'i karşılaştırıyoruz. Bu videoda Apple'ın en iyi telefonu olan Pro Max ne kadar gelişmiş, işlemcisi nasıl, kamerası neler yapabiliyor, hepsini elimden geldiğince anlatmaya çalışacağım. Öncelikle tasarımlarına baktığımızda 16 Pro Max titanyum, 17 Pro Max ise ısıyla güçlendirilmiş yekpare alüminyum kasayla beraber geliyor. Peki neden alüminyum kasaya geri dönüldü? iPhone'lardaki ısıyı azaltmak için arkadaşlar. Apple bildiğiniz gibi yeni modelinde buhar hazneli soğutma sistemine geçti ve alüminyum kasa bu soğutma sistemiyle beraber ısıyı daha verimli bir şekilde dağıtabiliyor. Aynı zamanda titanyum malzeme evet daha önceki Pro ailesinde kullanılan çelik malzemeye göre daha hafif olsa da yine de alüminyum malzemenin karşısında daha ağır kalıyor. Ve yeni iPhone 17 Pro Max'te büyüyen bataryayla beraber alüminyum malzemeye geri dönmek en iyi seçeneklerden biri olarak gözüküyor. iPhone 17 Pro Max'te kocaman bir kamera adası görürken 16 Pro Max'te yıllardır alışık olduğumuz kamera dizilimini görüyoruz. Vallahi biz bu Apple'ın yaptıklarını ilk başta ne kadar eleştirsek de sonradan alışıyoruz açıkçası. 17 Pro Max'in arkasına baktığımızda Apple'ın MagSafe cüzdanlarını biliyorsunuzdur arkadaşlar. Sanki böyle arkasında MagSafe cüzdan varmış da onu alınca iz kalmış gibi duran bir tasarım var. Aslında bunun da sebepleri ısıyı daha fazla yaymak ve ağırlığı dengelemek. Telefonlarımızın boyutlarına baktığımızda 16 Pro Max 163 milim uzunluğundayken 17 Pro Max 163.4 milim uzunluğunda. Genişlik olarak 16 Pro Max 77,6 milimken 17 Pro Max 78 milim. Yani bir tık daha uzun ve geniş bir telefon var karşımızda. Telefonların kalınlığına baktığımızda 16 Pro Max 8,2 milimken 17 Pro Max 8,7 milim. Ağırlık olarak 16 Pro Max 227 gram ağırlığındayken 17 Pro Max 231 gram. Şimdi geldik telefonlarımızın ekranına. İkisi de 6.9 inçlik Super Retina XDR ProMotion. Yani 120 Hz yeni
And so 45 quarter angle again. We continue our cut.
What?